Test run, November 27th. I got November 26th on the link, but it's November 27th. I'm just doing a test run. Shout out to my man, Benjamin Banneker. He's usually on the engineer side, producer side of this, but spent some time with him over the weekend, and I decided to get my game up and figure some things out so that we might be able to go on a little bit more often, watch the game sports. Since this is a test run, we gotta find something to talk about. Not gonna be on long, but there you go. Music. All right. I can say I'm doing some things, figure some things out with the music. Just a little test run. Used to having my man Pen on us, Pen with us doing this type of stuff, but I decided to give it a go myself. So let's see here. My mouse is acting crazy. Okay, here we go. Hopefully we got that to stop. And okay. So what am I gonna talk about today? Some big football games over the weekend. If you go all the way back to Thanksgiving Thursday, um, with the Green Bay Packers going into Detroit and upsetting the Lions. Then what else do we have on Thanksgiving Day? I know the Black Friday game was the Jets and the Dolphins. Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving has some pretty good games. You had 49ers dominating the Seahawks and the Cowboys putting it on the Commanders. 49ers dominated the Seahawks 31-13. Uh Cowboys celebrated Thanksgiving by eating up on the Commanders 45-10. And of course, the big upset of the week so far was the Packers over the Lions 29-22. They were able to finish the job that our Bears weren't able to finish. And they went into Detroit and got a win. Speaking of our Chicago Bears, this test run on a Monday. Got some Monday night football featuring our Chicago Bears going up to Minneapolis to play the Minnesota Vikings and to try and avenge the loss against the Vikings from week 6, I believe it was. That was the game in which Justin Fields was injured. And see if we can make the adjustments and get in the winning column up in Minnesota. Um, some expectations. What I would like to see from the Bears is, well, like see the defense continue to play well, continue to play lights out. We need 60 minutes of good complementary football. If the defense can go out and put together the type of performance they had against Detroit and finish the game strong, looking pretty good for our Bears. I think as far as Justin is concerned, once again, I just need him to take care of the football and make the one or two big plays that I think are going to be available to him in tonight's football game. Um, like I said, this is a test run, so if you're able to join me, I appreciate you joining me today. It's a test run. I'm checking out my producing skills on this StreamYard platform. I'm doing it on my own today. Shout out for my man Benjamin Banneker once again. And my man Darius Jackson, one of the guys that inspired me to do this. So it's a hobby, something I like to do. Watch the game sports. Figure we're gonna build this platform because we're gonna talk about this. We're gonna talk about sports anyway. Um, Let's look at some things that went on in the NFL, and I'm not going to be on too much longer. I just want to give a little test run on some things. Like I say, if you're able to join me, if you're able to catch this video, you are lucky because I will not be leaving it up for long. It's just a practice run. Uh, Checking out how StreamYard works and just getting my hands and my eyes to get coordinated to what's going on what you will be seeing and what I will be working on behind the scenes. So just having a little free time, having a little fun. Watch the game sport. So um let's go back to the NFL. Then we could touch on some college games and I'm gonna get out of here. Two of the biggest college games that I think happened over the weekend. But let me get to the NFL, which was Sunday. In my neck of the woods, since our Bears played on Monday night tonight, we had the opportunity to check out the Falcons dominate the Saints. Derek Carr struggling in New Orleans. Um, B. John Robinson looked really, really good. The atmosphere in Atlanta looked really good. That's sort of a rivalry, Southern rivalry, the Saints and the Falcons. It seems like that dome was rocking in Atlanta. And let's look at some statistics from that game going into the box score. Derek Carr, 24 for 38, 304 yards. Decent from a yardage statistic category. Had one interception and no touchdowns. He was not able to do a touchdown pass in that game. On the flip side, for Atlanta, Ritter was 13 of 21, 168 yards, two interceptions and a touchdown. But most importantly, he got the dub. So I believe, I think Atlanta turned New Orleans over quite a few times in that game, and that's how they were able to pull out the win. Let's look at how. I'm gonna take a look at the way B. John Robinson's game uh, went for him, the rookie running back out of Texas for the Atlanta Falcons. So B. John Robinson, 16 carries, 91 yards, one touchdown. Pretty decent day. Longest run was of 17 yards. Pretty decent day. Hell, Atlanta ran the ball really, really effectively. If you had opportunity to see us, me and P and go live, or we put up a video on watch the game, what you will come to realize about me is that I love the running game. I believe the NFL is considered a passing league, but I believe running the football is the special sauce to finish football games. You know, when you build that 2 or 3 touchdown lead, you want to be able to protect that lead by running the football and playing really good defense, complementary football, taking care of the football, running the football, stopping the run, and just really good complementary football. What I would like from my quarterback, no matter who he is, I don't need him to be a superstar. I would love that. But if my quarterback can take care of the football, and if he could take advantage of the 1 or 2 big plays that were going to come his way in an NFL game, that's typically what you're going to see from most quarterbacks. Average quarterbacks get about 1 or 2 opportunities to make a big play in a game, be it with his arm or with his legs. I just need my quarterback to capitalize on those opportunities and to also uh, take care of the football. So, moving on some other key games in the NFL on Sunday. Uh, Jaguars got the win. They beat the Texans. I believe they lost to the Texans earlier this season. A lot of talk about C.J. Stroud possibly being MVP candidate, rookie out of Ohio State. I wasn't really big on C.J. Stroud coming out of Ohio State. I just didn't think he was willing to take enough chances with his legs and and improvising and making plays. But what I'm finding staying true with CJ is the quarterback he was at Ohio State. He was patient in the pocket, and that's what he's showing at the next level in the NFL. I'm not sold on him being the MVP of the league just yet, even though they may happen. But I'm a 3 year guy. I'm a 3 year guy. You know, so again, that's one of the things. If you watch me on Watch the Game Sports, I give them 3 years to show who they are, what they can be in these leagues, no matter if it's the NBA, NFL, whatever, what have you. So CJ Stroud having a pretty good rookie season, pretty good for him, pretty good for the Houston Texans. Rookie coach, rookie quarterback. Phenomenal job those guys are doing in Houston, and they are in the hunt for the playoffs. The Houston Texans are 6-5, and they were beat by the Jacksonville Jaguars, who are 8-3 on the season. Trevor Lawrence Day, 23 of 38 for 364 yards in that game. One touchdown, one interception. So let's see what they did with the special sauce. They ran total for a total of 81 yards. Let's see what Houston did in the running game, and let's just check C.J. Stroud's stats as well. C.J. Stroud, 26 of 36, 304 yards, 2 touchdowns. Okay, what did they do with the special sauce? 18 carries total for 91 yards. Not bad. I mean, I didn't even compare who won the rushing game battle. Let's see here. What was that? What do we have with the uh with the Jaguars? Let's see. Jaguars. 30 attempts for 81 yards. Uh, 30 attempts for 81 yards for the Jaguars. 18 attempts for 91 yards for the Texans. So the Texans won the rushing game battle, but you know, the Jaguars won the damn game. But both teams had about an average effort at running the football. And when you look at the score 24-21, um, maybe there were some times in which the Texans probably stayed a little bit more committed to the running game, and it might have made a difference in the score. So, because this is not a high scoring game and it's not a blowout, it was a 1 or 2 possession game most of the time. And I believe as long as you in a 1 or 2 possession football game, you cannot and should not give up on the run game. Moving throughout the league, um, games of interest, big games of interest. Let me be careful here because the Broncos doing pretty good. I think they're on a 5 game winning streak. They went in. I think Cleveland went into Denver and got beat by the Broncos, 29-12. Uh, Browns got a pretty good defense, so that's really phenomenal when you look at how the Broncos started their season. And it seems like once they came to Chicago and stole that victory from our Bears, they were able to get on the road. Uh, Big news for today. Tennessee Titans yesterday they beat the Panthers, and one of the biggest breaking news up in the sports world today was Frank Reich getting fired in Carolina. So uh, they lost 17-10. Colts are continuing to be one of the surprising teams in the NFL. Indianapolis Colts over the Buccaneers, 27-20. Bengals lose to the Steelers. Steelers playing really, really well. You can consider them one of the surprise teams in the NFL. Steelers at 7-4. Mike Tomlin getting the job done. He always keeps the Steelers ready to play, and they figure out a way to win games and stay in playoff contention. Uh, in Las Vegas, the Raiders jumped out on the Chiefs 14-0. They maybe pissed them off, and Chiefs were able to come back and win that game 31-17. after a quick start by the Raiders. Chiefs got it going, and they beat the Raiders in Las Vegas. So um, the Rams, 37-14 over the Cardinals. Uh, Cardinals are another one of those teams that might be looking for a quarterback. Kyler Murray. I was never really big on Kyler Murray. We'll get back to this quarterback, this NFL quarterback draft for 2024 coming up this next season, as it's opposed to Justin Fields to as it concerns Justin Fields and Chicago Bears and the rest of this quarterback draft class, and as well as the popularity emergence flags and on Marvin Harrison Jr. at the wide receiver position, and how I think that if Ryan Poles is going to make a decision in this draft, I'm hoping that he's making a real accurate assessment, taking a real accurate assessment of the rest of the talent at that position, as well as if he's going to evaluate Fields as you're evaluating the other quarterbacks in the draft coming out of college. I am not sold on any of them really because I just don't think that any of them are ready to take on this Chicago Bears football team. There's so many things that this team needs to do to be better and be a playoff contender. I think if there, I believe Justin Fields can be the guy, and if the defense can play the way it did against Detroit in Detroit on a more consistent basis, which was I think was probably Justin Fields' best um, support defensive support system. That's the best game the defense has played for Justin Fields since he's been in Chicago. Unfortunately, they didn't capitalize on all the turnovers, but they were in position to win late in that game, and the defense fell apart in the last 4 minutes in their 2 minute offense that Detroit ran. Because Detroit almost, I believe they almost came back on the Packers doing the same thing. But um, like I say, this was a test run, so I'm not gonna leave this video up long. Just a test run. So I'm gonna take a look at it, look at the playback for myself. Then I'll probably be pulling this video down. So just a test run. Let's see here. And there you go. And let's see what we have done. Working on curing that music up. Like I said, getting the eyes and the fingers and the mind to work together on this platform of StreamYard so that I have the opportunity to be a little bit more spontaneous with my reaction to sports. And then when I have the pleasure of having pen on, I will do so. So, test run. Getting ready for the Chicago Bears playing against the Minnesota Vikings. I need to see Justin Fields take care of the football. I need to see Justin Fields take advantage of the one or two plays that I think are going to present themselves in this football game. And I most definitely need to see this defense continue to play lights out. But no matter what, Matt Eberflus is fired. There's nothing he can do to save his job, in my opinion. been about 20 minutes. Thanks for joining us again.